Very good morning to all. This lecture is about cloud based application development and management, and the code is TCS 552. Myself, Dr. Sachin Sharma. We are discussing Unit 2 Cloud Platforms in Industry. In the last lecture, we have discussed the terminology for Microsoft Azure and Salesforce.com as a software as a service, Post.com as a platform as a service, and we discussed that Apex programming language is used to develop applications on Salesforce.com using Force.com platform. Visual Force, it's a framework which enables the creation of dynamic reusable interface that can be hosted natively on the Force.com. And Visual Force, it can also be used to create custom pages inside the Salesforce organization, or it also helps to developers where they can associate their own logic with a controller class written in Apex. The developers can use Visual Force pages to override standard buttons, to override tab overview pages. So these are tabs what we talking about. It's visible on the salesforce.com services which you access on the front end. Visual Force, it also helps to define custom tabs, embed components in detail page layouts. It also create dashboard components, customize sidebars so that you see whenever you open any website and the page size is little bigger, you see these sidebars where you can scroll down from top to bottom and right to left or left to right in the Salesforce console. And Visual Force also helps to add menu items in the Salesforce console. Lightning, it's a component based framework that comprises the collection of tools and technology behind the upgrade for the Salesforce platform. Lightning also helps to third-party application by users to be built on the top of Salesforce applications. Artificial intelligence technology is also introduced in Salesforce.com. Salesforce Einstein is the first comprehensive artificial intelligence technology for customer relation management CRM developed for the Salesforce customer success platform. And what is the objective of introducing AI technology? It helps to give the company's sales and marketing departments more complete and up to date views of customers and potential clients. So, if a user subscribes this Salesforce Einstein service, using that service, any organization can find out that what is the current scenario in the sales and how many people are connected through marketing of the business, so that views can be seen, or the future clients who can be going to be add in the sales and who are going to be add in the marketing section, that can be identified, that can be viewed using the Einstein service provided by Salesforce. Heroku Heroku is a cloud platform as a service supporting several programming languages. Heroku is one of the first cloud platform which has been developed since June 2007, when it was only supported Ruby programming language, but now Heroku supports Java, Node.js, Scala, Clojure, Python, PHP, and Go programming language. Heroku is also said to be polyglot platform because now, as you see, now it is supporting many of the programming language for the development, as it lets the developer build, run, and scale applications in a similar manner across all the language, and that's why it is called polyglot platform. Heroku was acquired by Salesforce.com in 2010, and the cost that Salesforce.com paid to Heroku is $212 million. So as you know that Facebook also acquired WhatsApp, and that's the companies, that's the organization where they see that if they acquired such company, and acquiring such company is going to help to increase their existing business, and in future they can make more money, so they invest to buy such kind of small enterprises. Now we'll discuss few uh, necessary questions that you need to know, that what is the right link to cloud console. So how you get into the cloud console. So that's the link, cloud.google.com/console hashtag. Google Cloud SQL features, and it's a fully managed web service which allows user to create, configure, and use relational database that live in Google's cloud. So Google Cloud SQL feature helps to use the cloud database which is available on Google Data Center. What is the safety measure to prevent unintended deletion of the applications? So the applications must be disabled, and that's the safety measure to prevent unintended deletion of the application. So is Bigtable distributed outside the Google. It's the propriety of the Google. Why does App Engine include a sandbox? What is the role of sandbox in Google App Engine? Sandbox provide a secure environment while the applications are running. 1 GB price per month for the disk space after exceeding 1 GB. So that price is continuously upgrading. So as of now, it costs $0.13 per GB per month for the extra disk space. What framework are you using when developing in Python? Web App 2. That's a framework that can be used to develop in Python. Python Imagine library. Which library must be declared? app.yml. That file must be declared while setting up Python Imagine library. If you wish for your data store to be read-only, what do you click? Disable writes. It helps to store your data in the read-only format. What does App Engine use to manage domain? Is Google Apps that helps to use to different domains and helps in the management of them too. Use to measure the performance of your app once it starts sending email. It's Event API that helps to measure the performance of the applications when it starts sending email. To send emails with Google App Engine. SendGrid. SendGrid helps to send email with Google App Engine. Engine supports any Python code that use the CGI standard. So CGI standard helps to write the Python code on Google App Engine. Once you have surpassed the capabilities of SendGrid, what should you use to send email? It's Inbound Parse API. Inbound Parse API helps to send email using Google Apps Engine, where SendGrid capabilities can be surpassed. That's it for the day. I hope you have enjoyed the lecture. Thank you.